The playoffs are in full swing as we welcome you to this postseason contest on EA Sports. The ball is teed up, and with the boots, the NFL postseason has officially begun. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. He's dropping back to throw. He fires one deep down the left sideline. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
To the air, 3rd and long. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
And he's going to call for the fair catch here at the 38-yard line. We don't get a return out of that punt. And it'll be Raider football. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Running this one left. And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
2nd and 6 coming up here. They give it to him again. And this run doesn't have the juice of that last one. He's stopped at the line. Looks like no gain on 2nd down, and that leads us to 3rd and 6.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Running back sent in motion. Throwing his love on 3rd. He puts some air under this one, deep right. And they really went for it on 3rd down, didn't they? But the heave falls incomplete. Now they're facing 4th down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Las Vegas sends out the punt team. And he'll punt it away to end a disappointing opening drive. And that's going to pin them as deep as it can go. They're going to be set up inside their own 5-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They'll begin with a quick completion to the right side. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You want to start a good debate sometime, Kate? Go in an NFL locker room and ask which position is the best athlete. The big guys, the left tackles will tell you it's them. The corners will tell you it's them. But I'll tell you what, these tight ends of today, the way they can run and break tackles and get in the open field, they truly are some of the best athletes on the team.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Back to the well again. Hits a seam at the 40. Works the sideline inside the 35. And he will carry this across for the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens take a 6-0 lead in the 1st quarter. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now movement as somebody goes early. And for the first time today, we're going to hear from our officials. There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost them 5 yards. They're set back 5 by that false start. Now 15 yards to the marker. Here's the handoff. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Back-to-back carries here. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Offense up to the line fast. They kick the running back in motion. Love on 3rd and short. He lobs it deep middle. Big gain downfield. He makes it in for the touchdown. The Raiders get it down to a single point. Calling this guy a home run hitter isn't exclusive to his abilities on the ground, Brock. We both know all those traits make him a threat to take the lid off a defense as a receiver like he just did too.
No question, and he can do that on short and longer routes. All he needs is just a little bit of space, whether it's near the line on a short little dump-off or up the seam unopposed in space. Give him that inch, and he'll take it a mile.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And he won't opt to bring this one out. Content to keep it in the end zone and start their drive at the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Andrews with the catch. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball into your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
Lone back gets the handoff. And he's able to work this down to the 41. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. First down, and they go right back to it. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
His goal's pretty clear, Kate. Crash forward, and then crash inside. Set that edge, but if you could come inside and bury that runner before it gets started, all the better.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. This time it's a passing play. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Raiders will take over at the start of the next quarter. Time now for the 2nd quarter. Raiders in possession. They're set up with it after the pick to end the 1st. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs, against the better defenses in this league.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Another carry for him. And it's a nice gain, but they needed just one more yard to move the chains. A solid gain of 6 there. It's going to be 3rd and just a yard.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. A timeout taken by Vegas. That's its 2nd. They're down to their final 1 in this half. Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. From the pistol, here's Love. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. A solid gain there. Gets him across the 45 before he goes out.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's able to get this down to the 36. He manages a gain of 8 there. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
1st down, ball at the 36. Putting a receiver in motion. Oh, he taps it quick to the receiver coming across here. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
This is one of those real modest gains, Kate, that I like as a call. Adds just a little more variety to your playbook. Makes that defense wonder. Those guys on the other side of the ball think a little bit. This dude's not just a receiver. He may get in the run game as well.
To go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Back to throw now. Hits his running back. He's contained at the line for no gain. Brought down by the veteran Carlton Davis.
Some certainly do it better than others, Kate, but every running back in the league today has got to do just that. You cannot be a one-dimensional back in the league anymore. You can't. You got to be able to handle your business, both toting the ball as a runner, and really importantly as a check-down outlet on short throws. They'll throw on 3rd and long. Short pass brought in.
And this is down to the 28s before the defense halts it. The dose of the hurry-up offense here. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. And they won't do it, so that falls incomplete on 4th down.
You go for it on 4th down, it's got to be something from the short list of plays you expect to work every time. If that one's on the short list, I think it's got to be reevaluated. Something wasn't working on it, and it cost them the possession.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Give now to the running back. And somehow he manages to get back to the line of scrimmage before going down. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. So it's the 2-minute warning here from Allegiant. It's the Raiders with 10 to go still on 2nd down. Love from the gun. Completed to his running back. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
Love out of the shotgun. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. A 70-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Shotgun now for Love. He's going to try to drop it in deep right. This is caught inside the 15. And he's in. Touchdown. The Raiders get some late points and the lead. So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play.
And you'd think on the other side, defensively, they'd be ready for this. But this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. They're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air. And the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. They'll throw to begin this drive. Fits it through the middle. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens earn the chance to tie it before halftime. Mark Andrews with the touchdown. Tucker on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Ravens tie things up at 14. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all. So they're going to give them a drive starting at the 30. out and set, 1st and 10. Here's Love to throw. Caught by Deebo Samuel. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Now the Raiders using the last of their timeouts. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
First down throw, here's Love. He's going deep. Taking a deep shot there on 1st down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete.
Perhaps a bit late breaking towards the ball, but still just enough time to get a finger on it and knock it away.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Love looking to pass. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Loves to throw again. And that's going to be incomplete. Still time for a couple of plays, though. 15 seconds left. No luck finding his receiver that time. So that brings up 4th and long. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're going to mark it a little before the 20. First and 10, but only time left for maybe a couple of plays here. He'll throw it. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott Brock here with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. With this kick, we're back underway. A spot in the divisional round on the line. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Takes the handoff, now Love. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away. That makes it second down.
Well, Kate, that wasn't a fast enough break for the interception, but it was good enough and a good enough break to break on the ball, get a finger on it, and force the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Plowing up the middle. No one around. He's got space. Down the sideline inside the 30. He does it. Touchdown. The Raiders take the lead right away in half number 2. Oh, baby. He got loose, and after a few steps, there was nothing they could do to stop him. That, Brock, is the definition of a home run play.
You know, and when you go to draft, sign, or trade for a skill guy, you want him to have that kind of threat, that kind of breakaway speed. You don't always have to be a 4-3 guy on the track. You just have to be a guy that once you get in that open field, there is nobody, and I mean nobody in the building that was going to catch him.
And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They'll try and throw it here. Dumps it off to his running back. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. Working quickly here. Here's 2nd and 7. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Throwing from the gun here. Brought in right side. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Offense in the hurry up here. Looking to throw. He connects downfield on 4th. And they'll have it across midfield as he runs out. One of their best play calls of this game, Brock. Nets him 17 yards on 4th down and gets them the first. Throwing it again here. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. That one intended for Mark Andrews. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Second and 10 now. He misfired on that one. It's behind his man. Looking for his wide receiver there. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Throwing it. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2. Man in motion here. He's back to throw. Called in left side. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out. It's an 8-yard gain. What a great call on 4th down. It keeps this drive moving.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure of the drive's right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
Gets this one to Andrews. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's good for a Ravens first down. From the red zone now. Catch is made in close. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it first and goal.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about two things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks. That's the trust. And then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So now it'll be second and goal.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
So after the incomplete pass, here's second and goal. They'll send him up the middle. And he runs it across. Touchdown. The Ravens start the second half with some needed points. Tucker on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Ravens tie this game at 21. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Play fake, it's Love. He puts some air under it, deep down the middle it goes. Tried to float that one in, and defender's there for the interception. And the Ravens take possession at their own 7-yard line. That is one of the longest throws we have or probably will see in this contest, partner. It's too bad it wound up in the hands of the defense on the interception.
You know, Kit, when I see throws like this, I see images of Bo Jackson back in the day. As a Kansas City Royal throwing Harold Reynolds out from the warning track. 300 feet in the air, he hummed that baseball to gun down the runner at home plate. The difference here in football, yeah, you throw that ball up, that DB's also got to run 50-some yards, go up high point and make a play. That is just incredible defensive football.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Andrews with the catch. And what a hit there. Alex, she faced the press for moving the chains that time.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
From the gun, they're going to hand it off. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up second and 7.
Hey, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
From the 27. That one's caught along the left sideline. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Ravens pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just gotta ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. You got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Handoff now out of the gun. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Takes the handoff, now to throw. Dumped off to his running back. And he's brought down for a loss.
That just might be a throw he regretted as soon as you let it go. I know that feeling. He was doing all he could to find a completion down the field, but they were all over that check down and ready to turn it into a negative play.
Third and long, here's Love. Trying for the deep ball. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. Takes it in at the 21. And a big hit on the return to stop him cold. Hard to do better than that. A 66-yard punt. And the Ravens will go on offense. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. Pass play now. Finds him over the middle. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
One quarter to go, Brock, and we'll see who can earn the wild card win. The Ravens win. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Back to throw. He did it! He made the interception! Jack Jones has got it! And the Raiders have some new life in the 4th!
Well, that's now his 2nd time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the 2nd on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Right up the gut. And he will haul it in for the Vegas touchdown. The Raiders now trail by just a point in the 4th. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the 4th. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. No return here. This kick's going to wind up as a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Here's a give up the middle. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they can stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. He's got Andrews. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. They'll run here on 1st down. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. 1st down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And they'll stop him after a short pickup to the 24. It's That's a pickup of 3. They're going to need 3 more now on 3rd down.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
We send a man in motion. Back to throw it. Complete beyond the marker. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Hand off to the back. And that carry only gets 1 on the plunge up the gut.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. We're down to the 2-minute warning here in Vegas. Ravens going for the win here. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Looking for a throw here. Has him on the quick hitter. And he didn't get much time to secure it as he takes a shot. Good job to even hang on through that catch there.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's 2nd. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on 3rd down. Here he is to throw. Hits his running back. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Clock's still running as the Ravens try hurrying everyone up. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Justin Tucker out for the field goal. A lot of pressure hovering over this kick. This only a chip shot from the right hash. That one is good! And they're going to take the lead inside the final minute.
You know what I love about that, Kate? He didn't shrink from the spotlight. He seized the moment, made it his own. And that kick might just win them this game.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Handoff now from the gun. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down. One play in, and already they're close to midfield. Going to the ground again on first. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. The timeout taken by Vegas. That's its second. Still one more in their pocket to use.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Second down now, 7 to go. They give it to him again. And he winds up with a solid gain down past the 45. Now the Raiders using the last of their timeouts. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front seven.
Third down, 1 yard to go. To throw. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. Big shot is hauled in. Feet are inbounds. Oh, what a play. So the Ravens will fly home with the win. And you never want to count out those wild card teams once the